early Northwestern prep. I mean, you faced Justin Jackson a couple times.
Yeah, really good back.
Yeah. What is it about him that makes it difficult to keep him from controlling the clock and moving the chains?
I think he's a really talented football player, a good runner, and I think the combination, him and Thorson, you gotta, they complement each other really well, and I think that's what makes their offense. Those are the challenges of their offense, and I think that what helps each other.
Okay. I don't know if you like to single out one guy on your staff, but Ted Gilmore, since he's got here, can you quantify the effect he's had on bringing people in as a recruiter and also trying to develop some of these young guys?
No, I feel really fortunate to be able to work with Ted, and certainly brings a ton to our program. You know, and I think first as a coach, as a person, you know, he's really high quality and certainly does his job, you know, really well. And part of our jobs is recruiting, which Ted does really well, and he's an experienced recruiter and a confident recruiter, and I think a lot of that's the evaluation and getting to know people. So you're bringing in the right person, and then certainly he does a really good job of working with our receivers, and therefore that's the development piece that I feel really fortunate he's with. You know, I get to work with him. He's here.
When you were putting together your staff, what stood out about him?
Well, I mean, I knew of his track record and known people that knew him, and then Joe had worked with him, so that's always nice when you've got someone that knows him day in and day out, and certainly, you know, when you get a chance to meet him, you feel really excited that there's that opportunity, and glad that he's here.
During the bye week, do you use that week to work on a number of future opponents, or is it more an extra week to look at the next one?
I think it gives coaches a little bit of time, but the focus, I think the primary focus of the bye week has got to be your team and your players, and certainly depending on when it falls, you know, is it I think there's always a fundamental component, you know, where are you at right now, and can you take advantage of that extra time to hone in on a couple fundamentals, and then you know, you get an idea of what's to come, but that's also why you do it in the summer. So maybe you're looking to see what's changed or what information do you have going down, but whether it's a weekly preparation or in a bye where you could do what you're saying, I think it's all about putting the focus and energy on yourself and making sure you're improving. That's what we have to do this week. Is I think we've had, you know, a good week of it, but that we're getting ourselves better more than anything about the opponent. And we've got a normal week of preparation for each opponent, so I think it's a great time to focus on your team.
Have you given these guys much time off this week, especially guys just to maybe heal up a little bit, or not?
Yeah, and certainly, you know, group-wise, Monday and Tuesday, they came in and got a lift in, and then we practiced, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll also practice Friday. But there's certain guys that aren't practicing or aren't practicing as much. You know, it's a really good time for, there's going to be a group of guys that are that next guy in, and it's a really good time for them to get some good work. You know, maybe they're not sore after playing a lot of snaps in 3 games, although we've been fortunate to get a lot of players some snaps. But it can be a really good week for our twos, and certainly the ones got to be, you know, you're in kind of a rhythm of the season. You want to just stay sharp, so you try to balance that.
When you have Bradrick back fully healthy along with John, how do you decide how to split up the carries between those two? And do you think it differs now from even when you open the season and you didn't know where Jonathan would fit in?
I thought we had a pretty good idea of where we're at with Jonathan, and certainly, you know, he's done some good things. You know, each week's a new week, and to spend too much time trying to map out what's going to happen when we all know as the season progresses, there's, you know, whether it's health-related issues or what you're doing, what type of game, even in the course of a game, what kind of game it's going to be. So I think you get all your guys ready that can help you, and then a lot of times it sorts itself out.
I don't know, memory goes back to the 06 and 07 seasons when Hankowitz was here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about him as when he was on the staff as a coach working with kids and how he fit in on the staff back then?
I really enjoyed working with Hank, and he's a guy that's he's a really good football coach, and I thought a really good person, and I enjoyed going down and talking football with him, and certainly ton of respect for Hank. I enjoy the time that I had able to work with him.
Do you expect to have John Deason available for the next game?
We'll see. I do feel good that he's getting better, but we'll see how that all works out, the rest of this week and next week.